Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. Silver, what price do you think it should be? That's the question I'm posing in this video. But before you answer, let's take a moment to reflect on this price of silver. And when we talk about price, we talk about it in various different forms. We have the price we pay, which is the most important, because that is our money, our hard-earned money going towards these pieces that you see before you here. That's the price that counts, because it's what we are paying, and it's what our labor has translated into. And we don't want to lose that, and that's totally understandable. But there are other types of prices that we have to look at as well too. And the next most important one, is the price that we're going to sell it for. Now, if you're like me, you're not in anywhere near the time, hopefully, where you need to sell these or want to sell them. Now, some of you may buy silver to sell it relatively quickly, but typically those type of people are going to be purchasing collector type pieces. And the collector type pieces with limited mintage, you might hope to possibly flip for a profit if you time things correctly. And I'm not talking about that, although selling it and making money on it is certainly noteworthy and praiseworthy if you can do it and do it right, for sure. But the metal in and of itself, when you need to sell, you're going to get a certain price back. And that is probably the second most important type of price when you think about selling silver, as to what price you're going to get it back for. The third most important is the spot price. That's right, the spot price, which is the market rate for these particular products here. And it's the value of the metal that the market gives to them based off of a myriad of different factors. Now, when you think of spot price, usually when you go to certain places that quote those prices, you have a bid price and then you have an ask price. And the bid price is the lower price, and that is what the lowest price that it is bid for in the markets. And then the ask price is what it sells for, based off of a certain markup from the ask price. And that influences the other two prices that I mentioned earlier, the price that you pay and the price that you sell it for. And typically the price that you pay is based off of a certain premium above spot price, even for generic silver bars. Typically for these bars, there's going to be a slight premium on these, because it does take some time, energy, and labor to produce these bars. And even though they're generic and don't hold any collector value really whatsoever, there's millions of these kind of bars out there. More than likely, you're going to pay a little bit above spot price. Now, as we know in this community, especially in this day and age, it's not uncommon to sometimes be able to find some of these at a very low premium over spot, or even sometimes at spot. You can buy these things for, but typically it's going to be the ask price, and you know that whoever's selling it is going to definitely make some money on it in time. Nonetheless, there's that buy price, and so spot price influences that buy price. And it also influences the selling price. So when you need to sell these, the price that you are going to get back for these particular pieces, all this silver here is going to be a percentage near spot. Now, a piece like this, you may be able to get a little bit more than spot for, possibly, because it's a Perth Mint collectible, government-issued, recognized piece here. And I use this as an example rather than a Silver Eagle because, and essentially I'm putting it in that same category, but there may be some very slight collector premium depending on where you go to sell it. If you take a piece like this, or any of these kind of pieces that are like this. Here, this particular coin here is America the Beautiful, Acadia 5-ounce Maine, and these things were selling at a premium at one time. I really don't know if they are right now or not, but if I take that into my local coin shop, they may not care about the premium on that. They just may give you spot price plus maybe a couple dollars or percentage per ounce. Who knows? Other generic bullion like this, you sell it back, some places will give you a percentage under spot for it because they know they can't move it for much more than spot price. So they have to have that spread in order for them to make money. Other places, online dealers will take and give you a fairly substantial amount back, close to spot or even at spot or maybe a little bit over spot if you give them a certain quantity back. But essentially, the second most important price is the selling price when you go to sell it, and that is influenced by the third most important price, and that is spot price. So those are the things to keep in mind when acquiring silver and generic silver such as this, even if you're a collector and you're getting the pieces because you like the designs. That's your baseline. And so when you think about price and you think about how it's derived and the three different kind of prices there are, what do you think spot price should be? Because that is the question. It's because we all know and understand now that the price you pay, the price that you get when you sell, are influenced by the spot price. So the question in this video that I'd like to pose to all of you, and I'm going to put in a little dot with an eye. It's going to be right here, right there at the tip of my finger. You see it? I'm tickling the little thing. I'm hoping I'm in the right spot. I'm going to tickle it. You vote right there. And when you vote, there's going to be a range of different prices, and I haven't really figured out what it's going to be. But in that, you'll vote for those different ranges as you click on that and vote, because I want to get a sense for where you think silver should be right now. Many of us, including myself, think it's undervalued to a degree. And many of us have different views on how much the spot price is manipulated. I believe there's some manipulation, as I do think there is with any asset class and any commodity. But at the same time, I do believe that natural market forces play a larger role in the price of silver. But nonetheless, I do think it's somewhat undervalued. So I'm going to participate in this poll as well. But I'm not going to give you my answer as to what I think spot price is going to be. As this video is just as much for me as it is for you, I'm going to think about it a bit. And then we're going to vote after I upload the video. But I won't be the first vote, so you won't know, who voted. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, that's what I want to know from you guys, is where you think the spot price of silver should be, given the circumstances and what you perceive to be our economic situation in this country, the world economic situation, what you think could be coming in terms of the economy, and what you think about manipulation. So those are the things to consider when taking part in this poll. But I want to get a sense. I want to get a pulse from the community at large and where you think the price of silver should be. Not where it is now, although one of the answers could be where it is right now. Maybe some of you feel like it's priced exactly right. But that's to ponder. So think about it. I want you to really step back and really analyze this and think about it, where you really think, and give an honest assessment of where you think the price of silver should be. So that's our task at hand, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you and any other thoughts that you may have with regards to price of silver and the three different categories that I placed it in. Post your thoughts there below, and give me an idea of where you think the price should be for silver today, and we'll see how it all plays out. So there you go. So I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude, y'all, for watching. and encourage you to please rate, subscribe, and vote.